Good morning, students. Saira. Today we are going to learn English writing skill. So, our first topic we are going to cover is formal letter writing. So, let us begin. So, what is a letter writing? Because already we have learned in your first term, a letter writing is nothing but a written message conveyed from one person to another person via post. That means we write a letter and we post it to the person to whom we are writing. Or letter writing is a very important channel of communication between those who are distant from each other. So the person who are staying very distant, so for them we write a letter and convey the message. So letter writing is a very important channel of communication between those who are distant from each other. So even today, letter is an important mode of communication. Even today, letter is an important mode of communication, be it in our workplace or in our personal life. So a lot of communication, especially a formal kind, is done through letters. That is via letters. So whether it is a cover letter for a job or a bank sending us a reminding letter or reminder letter, so whatever it is, letter is very important. So all these communal are done, all these communication are done through letters. It is via letters, which is why it is very important that we should know the very small details of letter, how to write a letter. So let us learn, educate ourselves how to write a letter. So this letter writing is divided into two types. So they have, the letter writing is divided into two types. That is formal letter and informal letter. So already we have learned what is an informal letter. So it is a letter that we write to the friends, families and relatives, and with a personal tone, with a casual language. All this we have learned already in our first term. And the different types of informal letters are personal communication, casual, friends and family members, and these letters have an easy and conversation language. But today we are going to learn what to write a formal letter. So what is a formal letter? So formal letter is very significant, that for the letter which you write as a desired impact on the recipient. For that purpose, we need to follow certain simple guidelines. So since our main focus is on formal letter, let us start with our main topic. So what is a formal letter? So how do we know the guidelines to write the letter? So guidelines for effective formal letters, I'm going to explain you now. So what is a formal letter? Let us understand first what is a formal letter. A formal letter will encompass many things and is related to the business letter. The term formal letter can be used to enter any written letter for a formal purpose, whether that be a recommendation letter or an invitation letter or a complaint letter and so on. So there are different types of formal letter. Like a formal letter, it is an official letter. So the different types are like applications, business. Suppose if you want to apply for any job, so you have to follow the format of writing the letter. So that is called formal letter. So applications, business letters or professional purpose, or letters to the editors, official letters, government departments, etc. So all these letters should be followed in a format, in a formal letter format. So and now let us see the types of formal letters. So letter to the editor means for writing in the newspaper, you want to give any complaints or any comments, that is letter to the editor. Letter to the government officers, letter to the police, letter to the principal, etc. So all these are formal letters. And invitation letters, order for goods letter, inquiry letter, letter to bank manager, etc. So all these are types of formal letters. So the reader should understand what the matter is, the content is. It should be concise. It should not exceed, and no personal experience we should write in the letter, and it should be absolutely to the point. Your letter should be absolutely to the point. And by practicing regularly, and more of writing practice will help you to eliminate the errors. So the letter should be written in such a way, it should be polite, respectful, even though it is a complaint letter. The letter should sound polite. So by following some of the guidelines, I'm sure that your letter will be an effective one. So let us read some points that we should keep it in our mind before writing a formal letter. So a formal letter strictly follows the prescribed format for writing a formal letter. So when you are writing a formal letter, you should strictly follow the format. The format which I am going to explain you now, you should strictly follow that. And the subject line is very important. In the letter writing, we have a line called subject. So that is very important in the formal letter. So write in respectable tone, no threatening or anger or comments, right? And use of casual words or unofficial words or abbreviations or slang languages must be restricted. So you should not write a letter like you are writing to your friends, and use choosy words and phrases. So now let us learn the format, and this format you have to follow. It should be strictly followed when you are writing the formal letter. The sender's address. So we need to write the sender's address in the left hand side corner of the page. In the left hand side corner of the page, close to the margin. So do remember, all the information mentions here should be, all the informations which we are going to learn, which I am going to show you now, it should be mentioned. It should be left hand side of the page. So which is your left hand? Yes, so this is your page, left hand side. You should start everything. So the first one is sender's details. The first one is sender's address. Sender's details means sender's address. So on the top left side of the sheet, so contact details, pin code, everything. So this is Sector 15, Symphony Enclave, Mumbai 400081. And who is the sender here? who is the sender here? Yes, it is you. It is you. So you will write your address. So sender's address. Assume that this is your address. So did you see your name here? So you are going to assume this is your address because you are going to write a letter. So did you see your name here? No. So as the format clearly states that sender's address, so only the address should be mentioned, should be written. Only the address should be written. So there is no name here, right? So sender's address, you will write your address. Will you write your name? No, only the address, right? Okay, and the next one is date. So what is the right format for writing the date? So will you write the date how teacher will write on the blackboard in the school? No, right? Like how we write 4-9-2020. No, we are not going to write in that way. And no short forms while writing the month. So while writing the month, Jan, Jan. So it is a short form. So you will have to write the full spelling. So write the date. So the day when you are writing the letter. So that date you should write. How will you write? Date, month, year. Date, month, year. So what's today's date? 27 or 28 or 29 or 6th or 7. Whatever the date is. Right. So if it is 7, you will write 07. And if it is October, you will write October full spelling. And write the year 2020. Right? So this is the correct format of writing the date. So you are not going to use the short form, capital letters, the short forms of spellings, and year, nothing. And you are not going to write the date like 24-6-2020, nothing. 24-06-2020. So this is the wrong format. So you will write the correct format of the writing the date is date, month, and the year. And number 3. So receiver designation. Receiver designation means receiver's address. So the designation of the recipient of the letter. For example, the officer, to the principal, to the editor, to the manager, like that you have to write. And write the official address below the designation without leaving a line. Designation means to whom you are going to write. If you are going to write to the manager, you will write the manager. Or you are going to write the officer to the officer, to the principal, or to the editor. Right? So for newspaper means to the editor. So if you are going to write the letter for the newspaper, you will write to the editor. If it is a school, you will write the principal. So the designation is the school principal. Or if any civic authority, you will write to the municipal corporation. Or the newspaper is to the Times of India or the school's name. Right? Okay. So this is the receiver's designation. And next one is subject. Subject of the letter. So what is subject? It must be written in only one line. It should be very short. So it must convey the matter for which the letter is written. It should be concise. Means it should be small. It should be precise. Here we will no need of elaborating the problems or the topic. It should be within 6 to 8 words. It should not exceed a line. It should not exceed a line. It should be only 6 to 8 words. So no need of elaborating the letters. Okay. And our next one is, it should say the purpose of the letter. So when you read the example letter, you will understand what is the subject. And the last one is salutation. So it is a mode of addressing the receiver or a person. So do we know the person to whom we are writing the letter? No, of course we don't know. So he or she is a total stranger. So how are we going to write the address? So we will be writing as dear, sir or madam, because it is a formal letter. We don't know to whom we are writing. We have not seen that person. So you will address them as dear, sir or madam, or only sir or only madam, or you can write as respected sir or madam. So this is how we are going to address. So we will be writing sir or ma'am or madam. So is there any punctuation marks here after that? Any comma is here? No. So throughout the letter means from the first to last, from the starting till the end, no using any kind of comma, full stop or any other punctuation marks, right? And avoid casual greetings like hi, hello, hey, right? Because it is a formal letter. So in the informal letter you can use it all that. And next one is body. So our body consists of 3 parts. First one is introduction, and the main content, and the conclusion. So our body should be in 3 paragraphs. It should be in 3 parts: introduction, main content, and the conclusion. Now introduction. Introduction means what? It tells about yourself. It tells the main purpose of writing a letter. But in short, it doesn't elaborate, it doesn't describe the content, it only gives an introduction of purpose of writing a letter. It is usually a short paragraph. So introduce yourself and the purpose of writing the letter in brief. Begin the sentence or phrases like, I wish to draw your attention, I wish to express. So like this you can start the letter. And the main content. And paragraph 2 gives the details of the matter, that where you can share your problems or where you can share your ideas. It also highlights the problems, the issues that you are going to talk about. So that is the second paragraph. Got it, children? So the main content, where you can share your problem or your idea, and it also highlights the problem or the issues that you are going to talk about in the second paragraph. And the last paragraph, paragraph 3. So the main thing in the body is divided into 3 paragraphs, right? Introduction, main, content, and the conclusion. So the third paragraph should be conclusion. So conclude by mentioning what you expect. Example, a solution to your problem, to highlight an issue in the newspaper, etc. So conclusion means a letter should be concluded by mentioning what you expect. Okay, you expect a problem to be solved, solution to be given, or hopeful that your query will be answered very soon, or deliver the particular products that will be delivered. So these 3 paragraphs should be clearly written. Now next one is complementary clause. So the last one is complementary clause, subscription, that is complementary clause, closing. So after you finish writing all this is yours sincerely. So where are you when you are going to sign off, you are going to write this complementary closing. When you are going to sign off, that is you are going to end the letter, so you will be writing complementary closing, that is where you are going to sign off your letter. So yours sincerely or yours truly, or you expect, you can write thanking you expect that your work will be done or your problem will be solved and or your goods will be delivered on time. So like this, yours sincerely. So do not use any punctuation marks or an apostrophe or a comma, so it is wrong. So after writing yours sincerely or yours truly, you can write it as XYZ, or read the letter if any names are mentioned there. In the question, if the name is mentioned or the designation is given, so you have to write that. If name is not given, you will write X, Y, Z. Yours sincerely, X, Y, Z. So there is no comma or any apostrophe marks after YOU apostrophe S. It is wrong. So you are going to simply write like this. Now let us see a sample letter. Yeah, as I said, sender's name, signature and designation. Yes, sender's name if given in the question, then you have to write. Then sender's name not given, you just have to write XYZ and write the designation if it is given. Okay, now quickly let us see the format. So first one is sender's address, date, then receiving editor's address, subject of the letter, salutation, that is sir, respected sir or madam, then the body, it is divided into 3 parts, introduction, the details of the topic and the conclusion, and the complimentary closing, and the sender's name, signature and designation. So got it, children? Yes. So let us see the sample letter now. So this is our sender's address. So who is the sender here? You. So you will write your address and the date and the receiver's address to the manager, SK Electronics Private Limited, and the address. And subject, order for laptop cooling stand. Okay. And dear sir, this is with reference to your advertisement in the Times of India dated. I would like to place an order for 2 laptop cooling stands, code number so and so. I require them in black and chocolate brown color. So you are placing the order, laptop stands. So I request you to get them delivered between 11 AM to 6 PM at the address mentioned above. I shall pay the amount on delivery. Yours truly, Ranjana Iyer. So our letter, the body is divided into 3 parts, right? So introduction and about the letter and the concluding part. So this is the format of writing the formal letter. So by practicing more and more, you can write a very good letter. So thank you, children. Stay home, stay safe. Bye.